Okay, so this is my proposal idea for technology in the classroom, and I chose to do grades kindergarten through third grade, and that would be for approximately 200 students. So number one, the problem. Describe why the school needs a mobile teaching and learning environment. So for one, they students need to be able to grow with the world and technology. Same with teachers and everyone involved. But so like right now we are considered left behind in today's society because our students do not have that one-to-one technology or even any technology in the classroom right now. So um, for my proposal, I will want one-to-one, but I will get to that in just a few minutes. Another reason why our school needs a mobile teaching environment is because our students use technology for everything besides their schooling. So when they're at home, chances are they have a tablet or a laptop or their parents' phone to be playing with. And I think it's just really important for them to learn that technology can also help them learn, and it can really be a beneficial factor in their schooling. And I want them to be able to get that perspective because right now all they look at technology and they're like, oh, fun, games and whatever they want to play on there. But I want them to be able to learn that, it's very educational too. And I think that's something that they're missing out right now on. Other districts that have technology in the classroom, their students are getting that experience with the knowledge of what technology can do for you, and our kids are lacking on that end. So I think that's another really important reason why I think we need technology. And then their future will rely heavily on technology. I see it as a core subject that students are required to learn here in the near future, and but with the way that technology is growing. It's going to become essential. So I say let's get a head start on it right now and get our students involved with it. And then many educational opportunities with technology, plus a lot of state and nationwide testing is given online, like the yearly testing is given online, and that requires the availability of technological devices, and so the test can be taken in a timely manner if each student has a device to use. Okay, so for the second one, it's the solution. Describe the specific technology that can fill the need. So since I'm proposing this for kindergarten through third grade, I see iPads filling the needs for this age group. Us teachers, we use Mac laptops, so having iPads will be easy to learn on our end, and it'd be a good way to relate their technology with ours. Most of the students' parents probably have an iPhone too, so most of the students will probably already have an idea of how Apple products work, and that would just be an advantage for us, but they will most likely know at least the gist of how that all works, so it'll be easier for us to teach them how to use their technology. Also, iPads are more cost-friendly than laptops, so we'll save money on our end, and our students at this level, they don't need full keyboards to be able to learn. They don't use the keyboard at all, and so I think we can go away with a laptop. So I feel like iPads could fill that need. And I don't know exactly when we're going to learn keyboarding for our kids, but I think if like second and third graders, if they do start to learn how to type and stuff, they do make cases to where it protects the iPad, but it also folds down and you have your keyboard there that kids can use. So there's that option, and so we could get that type of case for our second and third graders, and then our kindergarten and first grade could just have a really hard protective case. Those are just a couple of options that I thought about for the use of an iPad. So number 3 is the cost. Describe the estimated cost for the technology. So on Apple's website, a 32 gigabyte 9.7 inch display iPad retails for about $329. So for the 200 students that are in our K through 3rd grade, that would come to a total of $65,800 plus tax. That sounds brutal and awful, but I think the results and the gains that we will make by having this technology will be well worth it in the future. And I'll get to that in just a moment. But one thing I am hopeful for is that Apple will give us a school discount. I don't know exactly how that works. I'm not for sure. I would need to do some more research into that, but I would say that they give us a good deal on purchasing iPads through them. So that's something to be hopeful for. So number 4 is the implementation. Describe the details on the implementation strategy for the technology. So I would say the first people who will need to get a hold of these iPads would be the library media specialists and then the technology tech people, like the tech specialists. They would go to a couple of workshops that teach them how to integrate this technology, specifically iPads, into the daily curriculum for each student. Next, all teachers would get an iPad, and then the LMS and technology specialists would host various in-services to inform the teachers about the foundation of technology in the classroom. So by doing this, it would save our district a lot of money. Instead of having all the teachers go out to these other other workshops and stuff, having to pay for all of them to do it, it saved our district money by only having the library media specialist and the technology person go do that. So we'd only have to pay for 2 for that. And then they come back and then free to the school during in-service hours. That would be part of their in-service is learning about this technology. So we would save money by doing that. And then the point of that would be so that the teachers get familiar with the iPads and learn what they are capable of doing in the classroom. Because like we all know how great of a piece of technology an iPad is, but really we don't know exactly like the specifics on really what it can actually do. So that's something that I'm looking forward to and I think would be very good. So through these in-services, teachers will become the best they can be, the best educators on this technology for the students through consultation, support, encouragement, all of that. I think it's important for us to be able to learn about it so that we get excited about it. I don't want 200 iPads getting thrown at us and say, here they are, learn how to use them in the classroom. I don't want that. I want us to gradually get into it, make us get excited for it, encourage us. I just think that would be easier, a little like a slower of a process. And then eventually, if everything goes smoothly, each class will receive their set of iPads when the teachers are ready to be able to educate the kids about them. And then I still want teachers to be able to go through in-services on updating technology. I don't know how often that would be able to happen, but I think it'd be good for them to stay on top of it. So number 5 is the impact. So the advantages for teachers is students are already engaged in technology. They look at it as something fun. So by incorporating educational applications, they will just be engaged in learning too. And then also, it's easier through some applications to track student progress, which is good for statistical use. Then the advantages for students. It creates a fun learning environment for students without them even realizing it some of the time. And I think that's something so special. They won't get burnt out on the subjects or the lessons that they're learning because there's going to be various ways that they can learn. It can be some assignments on paper, then some assignments on this iPad. It just gives them another variable to be able to stay focused and learn about the lesson. And so how will they use it? At first, while the teachers and students are getting used to the technology, in the curriculum, we would start out slow. Incorporate it first, using it maybe once or twice a week, and place an assignment that a lesson has been given over. So for example, on Monday for kindergarten, the new letter of the week was given, the lesson over the letter of the week. And then on Tuesday, the students were given a paper assignment over the letter. And then on Wednesday, finally, they get to be able to use the iPad on a website like starfall.com, and then they can watch interactive videos over that letter. And so I think it's just start out slow at first, and then eventually I see students using these iPads every day. So for 2nd grade, there's a site called Math Facts in a Flash, and the students are presented 40 math problems, and they have to answer them all within like 5 seconds of each other, and this application tracks their progress. So it adjusts and records what math facts they are presented based on their history. So it takes about 5 minutes a day for students to complete it, and it's a great way to implement the iPad on a daily routine. And it's just a good review form, a good get on your iPad, do this math facts in a flash, get off, okay, let's do our lesson over that, or whatever. I just think it's a good transitional thing to do either at the beginning or end of the class. So why is it worth the district's investment? The number one thing for this is that it makes the school more prestigious because the students leaving the school will have the knowledge of technological use that they will incorporate in their lives daily. So I think it'll just make the district look better. I think there's a lot of grants and funds and ways to be able to pay for this as well. So I also think that it sets us apart from the schools that don't have technology. And I think that's just basically the number one reason why I think it's important and it's worth the district's investment. So thank you for listening.